Be warned, this video will contain spoilers. Season 3 of Tulsa King is already shaping up to be one of the most intriguing yet, and at the heart of it all is Dwight Manfredi facing perhaps his biggest rival so far. What makes this dynamic so exciting is that it isn't just about brute force or who can outmaneuver the other in the streets. It's about manipulation, trust, and survival in a world where every alliance is fragile and every conversation could be a trap. We now know that Kevin Pollak, who many will recognize from The Usual Suspects, is joining the cast this season as Special Agent Musso, a character who's going to play a massive role in testing Dwight's limits. In a recent interview, Pollak described the relationship between Musso and Dwight as one filled with tension, but also this strange, almost playful energy. They needle each other, they trade barbs, but beneath all that, there's a dangerous undercurrent. A recognition that both men have the power to destroy the other if things ever tip too far. And that really speaks to what makes Tulsa King work. Dwight, played so masterfully by Sylvester Stallone, has always been about maintaining a code. He's an old-school capo, someone who values loyalty, but after 25 years in prison and everything that's happened since he landed in Tulsa, he's not naive. We've already seen how betrayal from someone like Stacy shook him, and how the death of Chicky left cracks in the empire. So when Musso enters the picture, Dwight is forced into this uneasy balance. He needs him, but he can't fully trust him. That's the kind of dramatic tension that can fuel an entire season. What's especially fascinating here is that their relationship is likely to be built on what feels like mutually assured destruction. Dwight knows Musso has leverage, but Musso also knows that Dwight is not someone you cross lightly. So the two may end up leaning on each other out of necessity, even as they quietly plot against one another. And honestly, this is where Tulsa King thrives. These dangerous, complicated partnerships where you're never really sure who's going to pull the trigger first, metaphorically or literally. Pollak also teased that the banter between Dwight and Musso is going to play a big role. And that's something I think will really elevate the show. It won't just be tension for the sake of tension. It'll have personality, sharp wit, and that classic Sheridan mix of menace and humor. When you have Stallone's Dwight exchanging verbal shots with someone as cunning as Musso, you just know sparks are going to fly. And as for the bigger picture, with Chicky gone, Dwight's grip on his empire is far from secure. Tulsa is still a powder keg of rival gangs, business interests, and outsiders looking to move in. Having Musso in his orbit could be both a blessing and a curse. Dwight might need him to hold on to what is built, but that reliance could also be the very thing that takes him down in the long run. So the big question is, how long can these two men coexist before one of them makes their move? Is Musso going to be the rival who finally outsmarts Dwight? Or will Dwight's old-school code and street smarts keep him one step ahead? That's the game Season 3 seems to be setting up, and honestly, it could be one of the most thrilling arcs we've seen yet. But what do you think? Do you see Musso and Dwight as reluctant allies who might find some common ground, or are they destined to tear each other apart? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you think this tension will play out. And if you're as hyped for Season 3 as I am, don't forget to like this video and share it with other Tulsa King fans so we can keep this conversation going.